here. This is the pink dot app, as you will, as it's known by. And Healy just is a microcurrent medical device that has been cleared by the US FDA for relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. Healy also has non-medical applications that use individualized frequencies to help balance your mind, body, and relieve stress. As always, use your Healy in accordance with instructions, just that little disclaimer there. So we'll go ahead and go next. And we have our Healy programs that are available. So we have 120 different programs that are within all of these. And we're going to start with the Gold Cycle programs. So the Gold Cycle programs were developed by a Portuguese researcher. His name is Nuno Nina, and he has been working with frequencies for decades. And he actually put together these Gold Cycle 7 programs that are for well-being, just all around. Basically, he says every human on the planet can benefit from just alone these 7 gold programs. So we're going to take you through the standard, if you will. We have Pure, which is really the flagship of where to start with your Healy. It's for detoxification to help your body purge and get ready for the next phase of frequencies, if you will. I think of it like a artist who needs to prime their canvas before we can start. So you start with Pure, and that's a really great place to start. Then we have Care. Care is for immune support. So this is really supportive. If you start feeling you're getting a sniffle or a cough or something coming on, you can give yourself some Care frequencies. Balance is for balancing your physical well-being, and this was actually the first program that I had ever tried, and so it was very balancing and calming, especially when my mind was really stressing out in my physical body. I had a lot of tension in my shoulders and neck from driving in traffic, and the first time that I tried this program, it really helped to just balance me out. Being is actually for your well-being of your soul. Tess, would you like to share a little bit about the Being?
Yeah, Being is probably one of my favorites, especially those of us that, work in the spiritual realm of life, if you want to call it that. And it actually helps to assist your being in your body. So it helps your soul resonate in your body and on this earth. So sometimes when we feel like we're a little floaty or out of our body and we need to be grounded and really get comfortable in our body, this is the one that I'll put on for that. And the next one is really my favorite, Energy. In the past, I've always struggled with that energy. So when I'm struggling, I put this on, and, I think it's about an hour-long program, but within minutes, I start feeling better and feeling much more productive. And yeah, I love that one. And then the Relax program, sometimes we just get stressed out and we just need to chill out. And sometimes it's hard to chill out. So the Relax program is perfect, especially if you have children or you have animals that are a little off the chain. This one would be perfect as well.
Absolutely. And Release is the last of the Gold Cycle programs. Release is really for emotional and physical release. A lot of times people have physical discomfort, and it can actually have an emotional component to it. So Release is a good spot to start. It's kind of the Gold Cycle standard for discomfort and pain relief. And it's a good place to start when you're using the frequencies, is to stick with these Gold Cycles. They recommend it for about a week as you get your own Healy to really explore these cycles. And you can either hook up using the microcurrent wires. Actually, you can use wristbands to deliver the frequency, or little sticky pads, and using this app so you can, if you have the luxury of being able to be at home or stationary, and you want to actually hook up and use these microcurrents, you can feel the currents actually pulsating through. So I'll show you what it kind of looks like, and we'll go through the rest of the programs as well. But let's just go ahead and select the Balance program. Again, that's a 52-minute program. So you press start. It will load the program onto your Healy. It takes just a few minutes to load the program. You do need to have your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on your smart device while it's transmitting the frequencies to your Healy, but it's actually loading it onto your Healy's processing chip. So once it has the program, you could turn your phone off if you wanted. It will actually still run that Healy program in the background until that program is completely finished. And what you'll notice as this starts is it kind of takes you to the next page where you can increase if you're actually hooked up. Right now we're using it in the vibrate mode only. We do not have the cords hooked up, but what you can find is that you can increase the strength when you're, starting with these. You'll start feeling them tingle. If you actually have the device hooked up to you, you'll see that this little red dot that has a little black circle in it, when you have a good connection and you're actually hooked up to the device, it will turn white, and then you know that you have a strong connection. Just want to make sure you drink water about 8 ounces before and after receiving microcurrents. And you want to just increase the strength of the intensity. It does go to 100%, but 100% does not necessarily mean you're getting more frequencies. It's just some people, don't feel it as much as others. So it's recommended to, when you start feeling the frequencies, that's a good place to start. So usually around 50%, 60% or so, people can start feeling the tingles. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this program. It's not going to be, necessarily running if I stop it. So you can go ahead and close the program, but I wanted to show you what that looked like.
And also when you start the program, like this one is 52 minutes long, say you don't have time, or you have a child that you're working on, or you're, a family member and they have to leave. You don't have to go through the entire program to get the benefits of it. So if they can only get 30 of the 52 minutes, then please get the 30 of the 52 minutes.
That's a great suggestion. Thanks for that, Tess. I forgot to mention that, so that's perfect. Okay, so the gold cycles will move on to pain and local stimulation is the next category of programs on the Healy. Now, what you'll notice here, there are Roman numerals that correspond with different pain or discomforts. So here in the United States, the FDA would not allow us to use certain terms. So I'm not claiming that these will cure, prevent, treat, heal any disease or illness. I will mention the names of this just on how it's helping people, how the frequencies are designed to work, and what the Roman numerals do associate with. And we'll have Tess give her really quick testimonial when we get to this one part. But you have chronic pain, that's the one up on the upper left-hand side. That is really great for chronic conditions, things that you've had discomfort for a long time. Pain local is really great for if you have a local pain and you want to hook up directly to that. Say your shoulder's hurting, you can run a shoulder pain program and apply the electrodes and actually deliver the frequencies targeted right to that area. You can also use the chronic pain program for that as well. We have tooth pain. So you see number 3, Roman numeral number 3 has a little tooth there with some aggravating lightning bolts. That's for tooth and jaw discomfort. And I know Tess has a really great testimonial for that.
Yeah, this is actually the one that sold me on Healy and also sold me on Terra, because that's how it all started with my tooth discomfort. And it was so severe. I could not sleep. It was agonizing. And I had mentioned it to her, and her and I had just met, and she was, introducing me to Healy, and she's like, oh, well, let me send you some frequencies. And I think this one is only 20 minutes long. Before it was over, I felt relief. Now, she was doing a distance session. So she was in Colorado and I was in Virginia, and it helped immediately. Not only did it help immediately, I had no tooth pain for months, literally, with the one session. That was when I was like, okay, I'm sold. I need to know more about this. I need to have this. I need to help the whole world with this. So yeah, it works.
Wow. Thank you, Tess. And that's so beautiful because, we're getting relief. And number 4, which you see there, it looks like little bones about to kind of have those lightning rods coming out. That is the arthritis. So the FDA has cleared this as a class 2 medical device to help with arthritis pain and joint pain. So that's really for arthritis, joint discomfort, things going on in your joints and ligaments. Then we have 5, which is actually, you can kind of see the headache, if you will, the lightning bolts. This was developed for migraine sufferers, and in other countries, it actually is cleared for migraine relief. And so that's a beautiful program to run, especially if you get, headaches and migraines. Number 6 is actually there if you have trouble sleeping. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's for insomnia. We have number 7, which is like a little down, sad face. That is for depression. And number 8, Roman numeral 8, is for anxiety. So we have that little squiggly line there. These are for mental and physical well balance in terms of pain that you might be suffering. Is there anything else you wanted to share about the pain and local stimulation?
I mean, I will say, the depression and the anxiety one, and that's something that I've battled my entire life with, and thankfully has gotten better over the years, especially here lately since I've been doing a lot of the inner work that needs to be done. But I have needed these, and it has helped tremendously. I know that I personally, when I am not balanced mentally, it expresses in my physical body. So my pain increases. So by running the depression and the anxiety one helps my physical ailments completely. A lot of my issues are emotional, and so this really gets down to the root cause of it instead of just the physical body, because everything that's wrong with our physical bodies has an emotional root cause.
It absolutely does. So, okay, we're going to move on to the learning programs.
Yeah, this one right here, I love this one. Actually, I have on the Stress Acute as we speak right now. Yeah, this is great, especially with concentration. Again, I'm someone who's always struggled, in the past with focus and struggling to focus and stay in tune. And this one's absolutely incredible. And who doesn't struggle with their memory? I don't know. I'd love to find someone who hasn't struggled with that.
I know, right?
So yeah, this is one of my favorites. So you have this Stress Acute. When you come across the Exam Cute, those are the ones, if you're struggling in the moment versus, if it's something that you battle with, long term, that you would run the longer ones. But if you find yourself all of a sudden, freaking out, you've got a test coming up, or, say, a wedding or something coming up, then, you'd want to do the acute systems, and those work within minutes.
They really do. And, there's a lot of people right now, right? Kids are home, they're being homeschooled. They may have trouble focusing, like Tess said, and you can actually run a learning program, a memory program, a concentration program to help support your mental, taking all that information in as you're learning. We have fitness programs. Now, this is very exciting because if you are an athlete or in the fitness industry, this can actually give you an edge over your competitor, because frequency healing really does support strength and stamina, performance, regeneration. Let's say that you are working out, or you twist your ankle a little bit, or you mess your knee up a little bit or something like that. You can run these circulation and regeneration programs that really help support that, whatever you've got going on there. So there's performance. You can actually run that during, let's say you're an endurance runner or something like that. You want to give yourself some extra performance. That's wonderful.
Stamina, I've noticed a big difference with the stamina. That's one of my favorites. And and I'll be completely honest with you, since I've kicked my cigarette smoking habit, I may have found a couple extra pounds. Oopsie daisy. So I'm running the weight program. So I'm not exactly sure what that's doing, but hopefully it's helping me out a little bit. When I scanned myself earlier today, muscle came up for me, and I do have a spot in my lower back that's been bothering me. So I ran that, and I feel better, and I haven't even run any pain programs.
Wow, that's beautiful. And let's say that you do run a marathon and then you get home and you want to run that deep relaxation to really give your body, a chance to just rest itself. So, really wonderful programs for anyone that, is looking to up their game. Could even be in the bedroom as well. That stamina one could help people that might have some issues performance that way. You could put some performance on stamina. I'm just
It
saying,
helps.
hey, Anyways, we'll go ahead and move on to job and sleep. Wow. Oh my goodness. So I'll talk about the job and I'll let Tess talk about the sleep because I know how much she really loves the sleep programs. But let's say that you are, really struggling with your job. And sometimes this will come up where, you just maybe your boss said something snarky to you. You can run a positive thoughts, or balance your nerves if you're really stressed out because of work. It's very stressful right now for a lot of people, and sometimes even these, we're at home, so we used to be, people had jobs at work, go in. Well, now we're finding ourselves at home trying to do the same amount of work at home, but we have distractions, or we may not be feeling very motivated. So you can put on that activation program in the morning to help support you to jumpstart, get, stop procrastinating, get the things you need to get done. And
Yeah, absolutely. The sleep, unfortunately, has always been a struggle for me. So when I found out that this helped with sleep and all the different programs, so you got the sleep systematic, you got a bed rest, a balanced sleep, fine flow, and then you'll see too, when we get over to the protection, there's actually a sleeping protection one as well, which I think we've decided is probably one of our favorites. But fine flow and bed rest I've used in the past week or so, and I really love these. I know some people who have had their Healy for some time, they no longer need to run sleep programs, even though they've had lifelong insomnia. It's these frequencies heal. So it's not just going to help you in the moment. The goal is to help you long term. So I have not reached that point yet, as far as like I don't have, I keep one on, but I do notice, it saves me for sure.
and we do need to be clear. Anytime we, say something, we just have to be clear. We're not healing, treating, preventing,
No.
or anything when it comes to an illness or a disease or anything like that. But these frequencies balance your energy body, and energy imbalances can lead to sleep disturbances. So again, if you're having trouble sleeping and it's due to something going on at work, you might find, if you're waking up stressed because you have a deadline or something like that, it might be good to run one of these job and sleep programs to help support you with that. And if one program doesn't work, you can find another. If you tried the insomnia one out of the pain in one, that was better for you. But some days you might want to try a bed rest or a balanced sleep or a fine flow, and just kind of play with it and see which program really supports you to get that good restful relaxation and sleep. We know that if you do not sleep, it takes years off your life. It is really, we need to sleep well. And so, we have support for that. Mental balance. Oh my goodness, who doesn't need some help supporting their mental balance, especially with the corona, everything going on with quarantine? People are really, really stressed, and they're, depressed and anxious and all of the things. So, maybe you want to touch a little bit on these tests. I know how much you love all of these programs.
Yeah, absolutely. Inner strength. I mean, sometimes, life just takes over and you just like, how am I going to do this? Inner strength. I love that one. Same with emotional well-being. If I start to feel a little down in the dumps, I put that on and I feel better. All of these, contentment. This is huge for me. This is, I attribute this to how I was able to quit smoking so effortlessly. Again, I'm not making any claims. I'm just telling you how it helped me. I have been smoking since I was 14 years old. I am 37 and I quit cold turkey and I used only Healy. I don't know how else to explain it. I have been a heavy smoker, so I highly recommend it. Sometimes when I get a little worked up and I, wouldn't mind having myself a little Jameson, but it's not really the appropriate time of life, then I put on the Contentment Acute, and then I no longer want that drink, and I am feeling very content. Well-being, soul, inner unity, mental balance, all of it phenomenal. Yeah, all of it's just gonna, help the frequencies in your brain.
Feel good, dun, 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 dun. Who doesn't want to feel good? So, we got lots of good ones in the mental balance programs. I love singing that song. Just every time I see that, it makes me think of the Gorillaz song. All right, we have beauty and skin programs as well to support your hair growth. In fact, I've seen some reports, and you can actually go on the Frequency Experience. If you're interested, there's a group on Facebook called the Frequency Experience, and you can find testimonials where people actually are sharing. You can use the little search magnifying glass, and there's been people posting hair growth photos where they're like, I have all these little baby hairs that are like half an inch long since I've been using my Healy. And it's really interesting for that. The skin programs are really helpful for me as an, oily skinned kind of Italian. I actually, do struggle with adult acne, and obviously, hormonal as well as dietary related. If I eat something that triggers me, I will get breakouts. And sometimes I'm also known to pick at those. So if you feel like you're a picker and your wounds aren't healing, the wound support is really supportive. The skin elasticity support wounds, acne, all of these are really great. There's even support for scars that might be systemic. If you have some scar tissue from a surgery or something that was internal, you can use that. You can use a local scar if you have something that's happened, in the past that caused you some trauma.
Or even if you have a child who is outside playing and they scrape their knee and they come in and they're bleeding and they have a wound, this works tremendously for me. It has been my experience that, and especially as a registered nurse, I don't see wounds heal as quickly. I'm not saying, again, I'm not making any claims. I'm just telling you what my observations have been.
Perfect. Yeah, I love that. We have bioenergetic balance. So again, these programs are strengthening your bioenergetic force field, the cell charge of your cell. So these programs are really designed for support of your immune system. If you feel like you're getting a cold or a virus, you can run cold, you can run allergies support.
Yeah, we, where we're living right now, there are 2 cats, and I'm allergic to one of the cats. And this cat is the sweetest thing in the whole wide world. But, if he wants to get in my face, I don't know how to say no to him, apparently. So, I will, I'll have my reaction, and I put on the allergy program, and within minutes, I have relief. If I put on the allergy program and I do that first thing in the day, I have no problems. But if I forget to do it, and then he approaches me and rubs on me, then I'm going to have a little issue. I pop this on and then it's gone. Wow. Also, another one of my favorites here is nerves. If you have any nerve pain, or any, lingering issues that have to do with nerves, that tooth I ended up having extracted, but even though the tooth is gone, sometimes I have some lingering residual pain there, and come to find out it's the nerve pain. So I put on this nerve cycle. It's about an hour long. Again, within minutes, I have complete relief. Wow.
We've got things that support your eyes, hormone imbalance, intestine, flexibility, potency, menopause. If you're, ladies at that time of the, sometimes we need a little support with menstruation and all the lady stuff.
Yeah. And with the menstruation local, that actually, targets the lower abdomen to help relax the muscles there. So if you have really bad periods, I know I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, so sometimes my cramps are quite severe. This helps tremendously.
Perfect. And we have a second page of more balancing for your bioenergetic. We've got GI support, bacteria, which Tess has a really good story about that one.
I do. So the bacteria, I was running that on myself, and I was running that twice a day for a few days. And that was when I went to the restroom and I realized that I was evacuating worms. Apparently I had worms and I had no idea, but these frequencies are so powerful that it was pushing out all the bacteria in my body. So I don't know that I've ever would have found these worms if it had not been pushed out by the Healy frequencies. And I'm so grateful for it. As much as it freaked me out, I'm glad it's over.
It's a powerful tool, and exactly, you know, we've got support for your tonsils as well. So again, if you start feeling that you're, you know, something's going on in your throat, there's lots of support with a lot of these different programs that can help you there. Liver functions, food sensitivities, toxin relief. You've got head support, prostate support for the gentleman. We've got lung support. Of course, breathing oxygen is really important. And unfortunately, with all the masks that we're having to wear, we might need a little extra support for our lungs. So that would be a good one to run. You've got thyroid support, joints and bones, as well as a sciatica program.
Yeah, that sciatica, you know, I know so many people who have issues with sciatica, and, you know, I certainly did in the past. And, you know, I'm so grateful that I don't have to struggle with that anymore. But that one is also a life changer, especially if you have back issues, you know, because that's where that sciatica, you know, is going to really be pressed. So, yeah, huge relief.
All right, for anyone who is familiar with acupuncture, we have meridian support. So we have energy lines of energy throughout our entire body, and traditional Chinese medicine has isolated these as meridians. And so we have support for the allergy meridian, connective tissues, bladder support.
Yeah, the bladder support is one of my favorites. I'm just going to tell you all my issues because it's just so awesome. You know, so I've struggled with some stress incontinence, and so I started running the bladder meridian on a daily basis, and I have had no episodes of stress incontinence since I've started doing that. Again, not making any claims, I'm just telling you how it helped me.
Wow. The large and small intestine support, you have fatty degeneration. This is actually also a good one for pets. Ironically, you know, we've got a lot of animals, dogs and stuff that start getting these fatty lipomas, these little fatty lumps under their skin. It would be really supportive to run those. Again, these frequencies work for people and pets and our animals. And so you can use one device for the entire family. Gallbladder support, so important. I know so many people have had their gallbladders removed, unfortunately, and you know, it'd be helpful if they could have some gallbladder support before then. But even after the gallbladder is removed, these frequencies can still be very supportive for digestion and you know, detoxification and joint support, skin support, heart support as well. So anyone concerned with cardiovascular issues can be running the heart meridian programs. We've got meridians too. So there's again 2 pages for the meridians programs. We have a hormonal balance, a great one for circulation, again, to help with circulation of obviously either could be lymphatic fluid or blood flow as well. Liver support, lungs. There is a lymphatic support system one specifically, support for stomach, spleen, pancreas. What you got?
Again, with the nerve meridian, so you'll see, you know, earlier we saw the nerves. This is the nerve meridian. I've kind of delved in all the nerve ones from, you know, my strokes that started my healing process 10 years ago. I will occasionally have some nerve issues, but thankfully with Healy, as soon as it starts up, I pop on that nerve program, and again, within minutes, I have relief. So yeah, it's saving.
Wow. And I'll share a story that, again, I'm not making any claims, but I do know of a little girl that was in kidney failure and was facing either needing a transplant or dialysis, and they ran the kidney meridian for her, and she actually within 2 weeks her parents reported that she had regained such function in her kidneys that she was no longer on looking at needing to have dialysis or a transplant. Like, amazing when you jumpstart these meridians and those organ programs to support can really start healing energetically. Some pretty miraculous things can absolutely happen when people are open to it. Again, humans are energy. We can be skeptical and we can believe something won't help us, and it won't. Or we can be open and to the possibilities of something new and just try it and see what it does. So we've got support for the meridians. Oh my goodness, we've got chakra programs, which, as you know, a spiritual medical intuitive. It's really exciting to be able to see. But what, everyone's talking about these chakras in Ayurvedic medicine. Well, then again, those are energy centers in the body, and we can support all of your chakras.
Absolutely. And, especially, I think she mentioned this yesterday, throat chakra. If you're holding on to, say you need to have a difficult conversation with your husband or your boss or whoever it may be, but you hold on to it and you don't say it, and you don't say it, then you're blocking your throat chakra. So this can help to do some unblocks there. Yeah.
Heart chakra, of course, as well, opening that heart chakra center, that love frequency, the third eye, to help with the pineal gland and helping with, spiritual connection, your crown chakra. In fact, if you're into meditation or yoga, I highly recommend trying the third eye program while you're doing your meditation or your yoga practice. It really can just help set the tone for you to receive those visions or messages from your true or higher self, from God, from source, from whatever you identify. But it's really, a beautiful thing to be able to support your solar plexus as well, your sacral chakra, your root chakra. Root chakra is all about, stability and ground, feeling stable. Do you have a stable roof over your head? Do you have stable finances? If not, that might be, somewhere where you might find some struggles or challenges.
Yeah, and also, ladies, if you've had children, that impacts your chakras as well. So unless that's been healed from your child who's now 34 years old, then you're still carrying around that imbalance. Any kind of surgeries we had, I didn't realize that the surgery that I had on my back when I was 25 years old and have this teeny tiny scar was actually blocking a chakra. And I just recently found that out, and I'm so grateful for it. So all the things that we have going on, any surgeries that we have were essentially, energetically blocked from that point.
Wow. Yeah, staying in alignment is so important. Especially right now, we're talking, it's Mercury retrograde. We have protection programs for planetary protection, which, so wonderful right now, especially both of us being ruled by Mercury. Communication issues can be a challenge during times when Mercury is really close to the planet Earth that we live on. So we definitely feel that. And also, full moon energy, things like that can really disrupt our energy flows as well. So we have planetary protection.
Yeah, and then the subtle protection is actually one of my favorites as well. Especially if you're familiar with the spiritual world and what we don't see with the two eyes we were given in this human body, is that there are other energies and other forces that we cannot see with our two eyes. So sometimes there are other entities that do want to stop us, especially if we're doing good things. And they're on the dark side. So the subtle protection will actually energetically protect you from those entities, from those energies that you cannot see. Sometimes when I do a scan and subtle pops up, it doesn't freak me out. It's just like, oh boy, something's here, time to go, it's not allowed. So put that on and you have your energetic shield and it can't affect you.
Sleeping is a really great protection program as well. So I run that, during the evenings before I'm going to bed, and it just helps me sleep better. So sometimes people may not, if they're not experiencing relief from the job sleep programs or from the insomnia programs, there's another program in the protection program for sleeping that might help. One of my other favorites is electrosensitivity. This is the one that's designed to help with EMF. And Wi-Fi and 5G and all of the radiation that we're being exposed to, we can actually create, we cannot destroy energy. It can't be created or destroyed, but you can transfer it, you can change it. And so having a little force field around you with the Healy, you can just put it in your pocket. And, as you're going out about the day, especially if you live near, 5G towers, or if you have Wi-Fi routers in your home, might be a good one to have running to help to support that. We also have mental protection, general protection. Let's just say that that you have to go deal with somebody that maybe you don't want to go deal with so much, or that their energy is maybe they're an energy vampire or something like that. You can literally throw on the general protection program again to just strengthen your bioenergetic force field before you head on into wherever it is that you need to go. It will help kind of shield you, if you will. Got some really great deep cycle programs that can help support on a deeper level. So these are more advanced programs for once you've kind of gotten through at least the first week of using your Healy, then you might be, exploring some of these. I really love the kidney all female and all male. What we found too is that the kidneys actually reset themselves during the hours of like 3 to 7 p.m. And so running a kidney support program, especially during that time frame, is really supportive, can help with that adrenal fatigue that you might be feeling if you start feeling that midday slump where you're reaching for an energy drink or coffee. It's your kidneys and your adrenals that are trying to cleanse themselves during that period. So you can really support the energy of your kidneys as well. There's, Pure Calm, there's Digest All. You can really, I was struggling with some gas issues and I ran Digest All to help me with that. It really did help. Tess got a story here.
Well, I will say the Breath of Life, I'm from Virginia, so I'm an East Coast girl and I lived there my whole life, and I just moved to Colorado. And while it doesn't seem that I have so many issues with the elevation, in all my little movements, but sometimes I do. We try to go for a little hike, and instantly I was out of breath. So Breath of Life, I've been using that to help some lung support with the elevation that my body's just unaccustomed to, and that's really helped tremendously.
And we have bioenergetic boost. This is the last of the programs that are installed on the Healy right now. And this is actually designed by Time Waver practitioners who are the parent company of Healy. And basically this program, again, we can't claim that it's going to cure, prevent, treat anything, but this was actually developed because there are resonant frequencies that bacteria and virus cannot tolerate. They can't actively grow and proliferate. In fact, when we become kind of succumb to these lower vibrational states of being, our emotions, when we start getting triggered, when we're angry, we're fearful, we're judgmental of other people, we're feeling shame or grief. These are low vibrational frequencies, and that is when we get attacked by viruses and bacteria and parasites, is when we're in these low vibrational frequencies. So the idea is strengthen your frequency, raise your own vibration so that you can basically create an inhospitable host within your body that energetically you're just not a match. Think of two magnets, trying to, connect to each other, but if they're the wrong frequency or whatever, it's not going to, it's like they repel each other. So you can literally raise your frequency to a point that's supportive on all levels.
Yeah, and then it's literally not allowed near you. It's all frequencies. That's what we all are. We are all energies. It's all frequency. Now I know I've had some people ask as far as with Healy purchasing and the different packages. So with the lowest option will come with the gold and the pain,
the
as well as the
support.
Yep, and the deep.
And then you'll also be able to choose one of these program books, if you will. So I think of it like we have a pain book and a learning book and a fitness book. So you'll be able to choose one of those books that you can basically choose and say, okay, I want that one. And then you can purchase a la carte if you want to, or they do have packages, which we're happy to share with you. If you're interested in learning more about this, these are kind of all the programs that are available. I don't know if we want to go into the resonance at all, or if we should do that for another day.
Well, yeah, let's do the resonance tomorrow.
Okay.
One or another day. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end this today for now, so you guys have a chance to kind of look through. I know it's a lot of information and really exciting to see all of these different programs. I'm going to go ahead and stop share and see if we can come back on just to say goodbye to you guys. Get the Healy off there. And
Hi.
Here we are. Let's see. Go ahead and start our video.
All right.
So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, please, feel free to share this with others. We'll get the videos posted on YouTube as well, so you can share those. And we're just so grateful that you're taking a peek at this. It's a beautiful day. And tomorrow we will go into sharing about the Mac Daddy of all, the holy grail of transformational tools, the Healy resonance, which can actually scan you and make suggestions in real time as to what it is that your body needs energetically, so you're not playing the guessing game and you know exactly which programs to use on a daily basis.
Yep, it's awesome. And if y'all come up with any questions before we go live again, please feel free to reach out to us on Moongazer Healing or on our individual pages. We also have Moongazing Angels. So yeah, feel free to reach out. We are here to support you in any way we can, because we are here to heal the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste, friends.
Namaste.